goes. Why isn't it doing anything? I don't know, Kirkan, until I'm done. So creating our effect by our class. So we've got our placeholder effect. Excuse me. So we'll grab ourselves and put ourselves there. Alright, well, let's go tune a few things. Let's tune the player. Feels like it should be faster. I think it should be like a 0.5 or something else for the aim shot start. If our charge time is this, then we should do like a 0.3 or something. I mean, that'll look really cool with actual animations and shit in there. Because he'll teleport over there and just actually have a real animation that plays. I'll leave it at 0.5 just because. It's kind of nice to see it for a little bit. Oh yeah, if you get punched out of it right now, you're screwed forever, and so's the ball. All right, well I'll be right back. Oh no, Bitey, what's going on? Just gravitational constants are changing constantly. He's just staying there on the wall. They're able to move it ever so slightly. That's pretty funny. All right, so I think it is in this interruptible sort of thing. When it's just clear abilities. Alright, we're not aim shooting. Stop those guys. Set these to set frozen ball. Alright, and we also need to stop all these effects. So alright, let's get all these set. Hello Lucas, long time no see, sir. How is it going? Alright, so unfreeze, unfreeze, unfreeze. Adam was working on story stuff today. So he can't really well stream that, so he is not streaming it. I'm working on an ability. I'm working on this ability. Basically, it's a your character teleports behind the ball and then executes a hit on the ball towards the goal. So you should be able to latch onto it and, you know, score a goal. Basically, it's like that. So you failed, man. But all the effects and all that are placeholder, and it's just, you know, it's using some bullshit animation. So it looks real dumb right now, but it would, if the right animations were playing, it would make sense. Basically, what should be happening is Bitey does like a kind of a, you know, he gets ready to attack the ball, and then he teleports to it. Then he's going to execute some fancy ass, you know, like animation for maybe appearing and, you know, or whatever, and then he does a quick hit on the ball and, you know, it does its thing. The idea being basically what you'll do is on a lot of the maps, it's very difficult for people to score, especially newer players. This will give newer players a chance, because you'll basically get close to the goal, you'll go up for one of these hits, teleport to the ball, and then other people have a couple seconds where they could come hit you to knock you out of it. Yeah, like that guy knocked me out of it right there. So yeah, you'd have a couple seconds to knock the player out of this kind of auto win situation. So what you're going to want to do is kind of pop this thing up to a safe zone, so you can get it out of the reach of the opposing players. And it'll give you a couple seconds. So in a game that's really fast, this will add a little bit of tension so that people can score. At least that's the plan. You know, if even the bots can hit me out of this, and they don't even know what the hell they're doing. That's how we're gonna make it not an overpowered attack. See, he fucking blocked it too. Like, I had the shot and he blocked it. Bots are bastards. he fucking wall jumped and got me. Those bots, they're better than most people when they want to be. All right, let's just throw that way down. So let's do the anim shot time as like 0.5 seconds, and anim shot charge is like 0.2. You failed math because you did not. It's just so easy. Let me see if I put this time all the way down to 0. What happens to the player? So if I just put charge shot time is 0. You did not make it to the exam, so you failed math. Well, I would expect any like decent, situation would have stuff and have reasonable excuses in place. As long as you're not some miscreant who's a known person who got who would get the answers for the exam from other people. Something like retake it with a max of a certain score or whatever. The animation is a 0. That's funny. With a 0 on this thing, you just stay in that effect forever. So I can move very slowly with the single frame animation. Gravity bitey. Alright, so what we need to do is set it to something very small, like 0.01. Right, something like that. So it'll be a 1-frame animation. Alright, so 0.5 and what I hit 2. You break them with your trusted hammer. What? Alright, let me see if I can maybe snap to a location. So what I'd want to do is basically go to the player logic object. When we actually teleport ourselves, we want to start aim shot. We're going to find all these objects. We're going to make our effects. Going to freeze the ball. Try occupy space. Yeah, so here is where we do the thing. So get entity, get player proxy, snap to position. So let's see what we should do. snap to position is true. So let's see if it's valid. We'll snap to the position. Because I think what's happening, I'm getting a little bit of a jitter with the camera when he moves. He's like teleporting a little bit more than I would expect. The camera seems to be doing something. Alright, let's try this out on a different level. You go see the Book of Mormon? Oh, that's the one written by the guys who do South Park. It's supposed to be very good. I have not seen it. Oh man, that's gonna be so good. And we get some multiplayer action going on where somebody gets that freeze shot. Like, just right in front of the goal, and just somebody's like, no! Just beats the shit out of you straight into it. I'm gonna decrease the range on this thing. Let's decrease it to 1500, and let's let you move a little bit more. So you have a little bit more room, so it'll be like this charge up. Because I was trying to make it so you couldn't move that much, but it seems like it might be that we want you to move pretty well, because it's when you're actually doing the hit that it... So the other thing that's interesting here is you can use this to teleport through walls and shit like that. So we could definitely use that in some single player stuff where you'll actually go through a wall completely. So let's see. Let's try Meadowcrest. Big ball. Some right bots, easy bots. Imagine this with air jumps. Well, this has double jumps on it. You gotta call your grandma. Oh man, Lucas, you're in trouble now. You gotta explain to your grandma why you failed math. And grandmas don't like to hear about failing math classes. You're gonna let me do it? Yeah. Well, I guess there's your hard counter for the ball freeze. You can just you can just stomp people who are doing it. We should try this against 4 hard bots. It's not gonna fucking work against 4 hard bots. They will not let me do anything. You just hit me out of it. It's actually a really shitty ability with with the times as it is. Go in. There we go. It's a hard ability to use properly because of that time gap sucks. I mean, I could see it useful in multiplayer right now, but you'd have to be yeah. You'd have to be faster at it. You know, it would be useful against some maps, but it definitely sucks on some of them. I'm not sure that's true. Midnight Ridge, like the problem with this is, well, let me see. Let me see if it's any easier to score with a bot against you. Because it's going to hit it, but it's not going to hit it, you know, like up. Because you can basically, if you hit it up, so you can do that. So you have to get the ball high enough, though. So maybe it'll change the optimal strategy. Well, I mean, it may also be I don't know how to use the ability yet to its utmost. Midnight Ridge's goal sucks? I don't know. It's not. I'm finding it hard to to get a setup without already scoring. I mean that I mean pretty much the only thing I see it actually really helping with is defense, because you can just get on the other side and blast it out when it's up in the air in those like hard to hit defensive situations. Well, it's pretty much going to send the ball to the other goal is what it does. So there are some strats here that are not too bad, but it's basically if you need to use the pop up and do that to get the ball in position, but it could be good for people that are just goaltending and sitting there just like spamming punch in the goal, because this will put like a perfect shot in there and they can't really block that over the network. Many right bots, mat ups, fastball, one left bot. The charge effect will be a great indicator of when the spike is going to happen. Yeah. Well, the charge up, I don't know. I don't know exactly which effect you're talking about. If you're talking about the beam that's not really linked to the spike, because the spike comes at the end of the animation after you're in place, and the beam stops. The sparkles? That's the ball frozen. So that's not anything to do with charging up. That's the ball is frozen. Get off me, you fucking bastard. I don't think there is an effect yet on the actual player, just the animation. Oh man, that's a new strat. Basically, just get Get even with the ball going towards the goal. That 2 seconds is just fucking forever. I got it off once. Shit. Man, when the bots are after you, 2 seconds is way too fucking long for anything. Alright, well, let's attach an effect to this guy which plays when you start. So we want an effect. I'm just going to duplicate the ball spawn. No, I don't want to do that. It's going to be... It needs to be a channeled effect that it needs to play, so it's going to need to be part of the player. So this will be the aim hit effect. Oh god damn it, it's got this bug again. Alright, so we need a hit effect, so we need a channeled thing. Alright, so we need to actually play this. What is this pissed about? The offset? Can do that. Alright, so we should have an effect here that plays.